Welcome to another session about major towns and places in Kenya, which are very important during the time of interpretation. So the first word here is a village or a rural setup. Rural. The word rural or village is signed based on the traditional houses constructed in the villages. So village, this, which is also it has to be straight, which is also rural. So this is rural or village. That's how we sign. The next word here is area and area. So an area is like this. This is an area. So for example, you want to sign someone left this area to another area. So someone will come to this area like this. Before even you give the sign name or a sign for a specific area that someone moves, you must have this one. So that's an area. The next word here is a place. We use P. We draw like this. A place. This is a place. This is a place. This is a place. That's how we sign the word place. The next word here is region. A region. Like the eastern region in Kenya, the northeastern, the western region, we use R, letter R. The same way we signed area, so we use R to refer to region. So this is a region and this is an area. So this is an area and this is a region. So that's how we sign. The next one is local. A local authority or a rural setup. Local, we use L. Local, this is local, use L. Local, that's local. Something is local, that's local. That's how we sign. Urban centers, urban. The word urban is signed the same way as a town. So using this hand shape, you use this hand shape just once. Town, a town like that. An urban center. The word center is like this, center. But when you are signing an urban center, this is unnecessary. So you just sign urban center like that. So this urban or town. That's how we sign. The next word here is now some few selected towns or places in the country. Number one, Nairobi. This Nairobi. This Nairobi or Nairobi like that. Nairobi like this. Either like this or Nairobi like this. With a plain face, Nairobi. When you do this, it becomes where. Where is he? So where? Nairobi like this. Nairobi, just like that. Another town, one of the major towns in Kenya, Kisumu. We use K. Kisumu. That's how we sign Kisumu. The next one is Mombasa. Mombasa is signed like this. Mombasa. That's Mombasa, one of the towns. The next one is Eldoret. We use E. Eldoret. E. Eldoret. That's Eldoret as one of the major towns in our country. The next one is Nakuru. That's Nakuru. Here up to here. So that's Nakuru. Nakuru is also one of the very major towns in our country. Nakuru. The next one is Bungoma. Bungoma, we used to be Bungoma. Bungoma. That's how we sign Bungoma. Bungoma. The same hand shape. But now this one, it becomes Nyangoma. 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 Bungoma. Nyangoma. Nyangoma is a place in this country where we have some of our deaf community members. So that's why that sign is very necessary to sign. The next one here is Kitale. Kitale, this Kitale. Like this, Kitale. That's Kitale. The next town here is Busia. This one, Busia or Busia. That's how we sign Busia. Like this or like this. So Busia or Busia as a town. The next town here is, we use K behind and in front. So that's Kakamega. Kakamega as a town. Kakamega as a town. The next town here is Webuye. Webuye is known for having a pan paper industry or a paper industry. So Webuye pan paper. So Webuye alone, we use this form of hand shape. Webuye like this. Webuye. It's given that sign because of how the environment smells. During the process of industrialization at Webuye, it's very smelly. So that's why it's given this one. Near the nose, that's Webuye as a town in Kenya. Limuru, we use L like this. 1, 2. That's Limuru. Limuru, that's Limuru. Limuru, that's how we sign Limuru. One of the major towns in our country. Limuru, that's how we sign Limuru. Naivasha. Naivasha like this. Naivasha. Sometimes people sign like this, Naivasha. But the most common sign is this one. Like this, near here. So Naivasha, this Naivasha. Naivasha as a town. Nyeri, next one is Nyeri. Nyeri we use N. Nyeri like this. Nyeri, how it's hilly. Nyeri, that's Nyeri. Or Nyeri also is signed like this. So this Nyeri. Either Nyeri, Nyeri, just like that, Nyeri, or Nyeri as a town in Kenya. The next one is Nyahururu. Nyahururu has two signs also. Nyahururu, this Nyahururu, or using C, Nyahururu. The same way we articulated Bungoma, Bungoma. So this Nyahururu using C, or Nyahururu. That's how we sign. The next town here is, or a place in Kenya, is Rongai. Rongai is a town in Kajiado County. So we use R. You remember how we signed Nyeri using N. So that's how we sign Rongai. So Rongai we use R like this. So that's Rongai. Nyeri was N, Nyeri, and this R is Rongai. That's how we sign. The next place to sign is Karen. Karen is one of the places in Nairobi, a home for prominent people. So Karen, we use K, this Karen, that's how we sign Karen. This Karen, that's Karen. The next one is Ngong, Ngong town, Ngong, that's Ngong. That's how we sign Ngong. That's Ngong. The next place is Buruburu. Buruburu. There are also deaf communities in Buruburu. So Buruburu. So Buruburu like this. Buruburu. Remember, federation or federal was like this. But Buruburu like this. 2 times Buruburu. That's how we sign Buruburu. We go. That's how we sign Buruburu as one of the places in Kenya. The next one is Eastleigh. Eastleigh is known for being a center for Air Force, the Kenya Air Force. So this is how we sign Eastleigh. Eastleigh like this. So this Eastleigh. So Eastleigh. That's how we sign Eastleigh. Some people sign like this, but that's how we sign Eastleigh. That's how we sign Eastleigh. Thika. Thika is the second largest industrial town in Kenya. So Thika, like that. This is how we sign Thika. Thika, just 2 times. Thika. Remember, blind or blindness is you close your eyes. Blindness, like this. Blind. You can either do once or twice, but you close your eyes. So blind, like that. But Thika, Thika, like that. The next town here is Isiolo. Isiolo is signed here using this hand shape. So this Isiolo, Isiolo as a town, that's Isiolo. That's how we sign Isiolo. The next town or place here in our country is Maseno. Maseno is also known for being a university that offers programs in special needs. So Maseno, Maseno, using this hand shape. So this is Maseno, that's Maseno. That's Maseno as a place. The next one, we are almost done. The next one is Garissa. Garissa as a town. Garissa, we use G. Garissa, that's Garissa. That's Garissa. This is Garissa as a town. Another town here is Mandera. Mandera, we use this one. Mandera like that, 2 times. Mandera, 1, 2. That's Mandera. Mandera as a town. And then lastly, another also very important town in Kenya, Kitengela. Remember, Kitengela is an export processing zone, EPZ. That's an industry in Kenya that is known for employing people with special needs, especially the deaf. And that's why it's among the towns or major towns in the sign language. So this is how we sign Kitengela. On your abdomen, using this hand shape like this. From your abdomen, so Kitengela. You touch your abdomen like that, using this hand shape like this. You touch like this, so that's Kitengela. So this is how we sign Kitengela. So this is Kitengela as one of the major towns in the country. Remember, this is what we refer to as regional signs. When it comes to places in our country, based on where you are located, there are different ways on how you sign some of the places or towns in that region. So kindly, I want to encourage you that you practice. Look for these signs and add to the ones we have learned so that you become a prepared or a competent interpreter. See you in the next lesson.